friend Saskia here from Los Angeles Guinea Pig Rescue, and I'm here with Tallulah, whom I picked, and I just realized she matches me. We match, girlfriend. All right, here, go and have a little nummies. Come on, I know you've been wanting that. So today I want to talk about heat stroke treatment and prevention. It's the heat of the summer. It is super hot here. It's about, you know, what is it, like a 95 or something here, which makes it in Europe, I don't know, 35 or something. It's really hot. Now, we have our adoption Saturdays when people come bring their guinea pigs for health checks or surrenders, etc. And when they come, before they come, a few days before, we send out a heat advisory, okay? And this has helped with decreasing the amount of half-dying guinea pigs that actually arrive because people weren't following the guidelines. So in summertime, it gets extremely hot in the valley. It may be a nice temperature when you start your ride. That's another thing, because we're actually, where we are is hotter than at the coast. But once you hit the valley, temperature will have risen. So we've had a lot of guinea pigs arrive here with the early signs of heat stroke. We had one last weekend actually that we managed to save, and he was really bad. I am amazed we saved him. Even with the air conditioning on, and this is really interesting, it can still get too hot. So one of the first things you want to do when you're traveling anywhere is, and I'm just reading from here because it's easier and I already wrote it, what you want to do is the day before you travel, go put a bottle of water in your freezer right now, okay? Wrap it in a sock. That's the best way, so they don't kind of lean against it directly. Wrap it in a sock and place it in the box or the carrier that you use to keep the whole environment nice and cool, okay? Second one is so important. Do not put any fleece of any kind in the box. It will get too hot, especially because guinea pigs have a tendency to go burrow underneath everything, right? I'll open a carrier and it's like, where's the guinea pig? And I gotta go and dig for the pig, and it's because, well, let's see, Piggy is hiding under, like, and this happens on Saturdays when it's super hot. It's like, oh no, Tallulah, you gotta stay here. It's like, okay, where's the pig? And then there's a house in here, and it's like, oh no, pig's not there. And then I'm digging, and then I find a pig like way underneath here, and then I just take everything out, and then I'm concerned already at that point because I have a feeling this pig must be overheating. And sure enough, a lot of the time when they come in like this with all that stuff, they are overheating. So the other thing is, what you want to do is use large boxes and carriers. If you have 3 guinea pigs, don't stick them all in one carrier because it's too close together. Their body heat does not allow for them to cool off enough if it's warm, okay? So you want to use large boxes. And the other thing is, you have them in your car, don't put them on the seats. Put them down below. So, and make sure that their sun cannot reach the carrier or the box, because a lot of people say, well, the air conditioning was on all the time in the car, but that doesn't really mean a lot. I mean, you've sat in a car with an air conditioning, but you sit near the window when the sun is coming through the window, right? It's warm. It really warms up, and that is what happens a lot, that the sun is directly shining on the carrier or on the box, and that overheats the guinea pigs just like that. So that is super important. So yeah, and then we actually say, when you come here, leave the animals in your running car with the air conditioning on, and wait until we see you, and then we can bring them in here and put them where it's cool immediately on a hot day. So that is what you want to do. You can also use, which is awesome, one of these tiles. This is just like a tile that will keep them cool. You can put this already in the freezer before you're traveling. It will get cooler. So one of these tiles is great. We're actually getting a bunch of these, so we don't have them yet for sale, but we will. So that will help. You want to put a little cotton, just a little cotton, do we have any here down here? No. Little blue towels that we use, something like that, cotton, very thin, okay? That's all that's required. You want to put in your water bottle in the sock, all right? And for water, you want to just give lots and lots, put lots of this in the carrier, lots of liquidy vegetables that have water. So cucumbers, watermelon are great foods to put in the car, in the carrier. You don't have to put a water bottle because it's just gonna leak. It's gonna make a huge mess in your cage, because that's what always happens. Now, in the event that you have a guinea pig that is heat stroking, which happens, even if you've, you know, taken precautions, it can still happen. The first sign is that your guinea pig, well, what happens is I get them on my table and I can kind of see already, I see that they have a wet chin, and then people will go, oh well, they were eating cucumber. No. There's nothing in a guinea pig that will, in a healthy guinea pig, that will cause the whole area here, the whole area to be wet, like dripping wet. You didn't like to get a close-up, Missy? Here, have some more. That is 100% heat stroke. The second thing they'll do is they'll pancake, and with pancaking I mean they will lie down with their legs all stretched out, like lying like that. And I say that's, I call it pancaking. And then I ask the owner, I said, is this normal? Does your piggy is normally this kind of, you know, calm? And they say, oh no, not at all. So then I know, okay, we have a big problem. You will see that their heartbeat, that they're having a hard time struggling. They're struggling, their heartbeat is going faster. You can see right here in the sides, they can be a little agitated as well. And at that point you have to take action immediately, because before you know it, your piggy will be gone. So the first thing, this is what you need to have in your emergency kit, is alcohol. This is what we do here, okay? And electrolyte mix. Now this is to put in their mouth. Obviously you want to mix this in. This is a powder. You want to mix it in with a little water. You can buy it any electrolyte mix wherever the world you are. You will find it. Just try to get the one with no sugar, and just have this available in your kit, okay? You want to start giving them a little bit of water. You know, not too much if they're not drinking. If they're really super limp, then don't do it, because they're not going to swallow it, okay? But if they're still upright and not lying on their side, then that's you know, definitely give them that. Now this is meant to cool them off. We use this with our horses. This is a horse trick, okay? We actually, with horses, we use a whole gallon, huge gallon of the stuff that we just pour from the top of the head of the horse, if it has a bad fever, all the way down to its tail, a whole huge big thing, because it will cool them off. I tell everyone, all the girls, hey, let's put it on your head and you'll feel how cool it makes you feel. You immediately cool off. So what we do, and I'm not gonna do it with her because she doesn't need it, but I put it on the ears first, because all the veins are in the ears. So I put the alcohol on the ears, because that will immediately bring a coolness to the blood that will then go and you know, go through the rest of the system. Then I'll yeah, you're not gonna, I knew it, you're not gonna sit still for me, so let me hold you for a second. You want to do this while you're putting the alcohol on, so it goes on the skin rather than just on the top. Now the alcohol will kind of drip down a little bit, and that also will cool off the whole animal. You can use water, but don't just dunk them in super cold water, because they may get a shock from that, okay? So you want to do it slowly, and I feel that this is a really good way of doing it. If you don't have alcohol, you can just use water, and you don't even need to put them, all of them, in the water. You can just put the little feet in the water, and make sure you get those ears, that the ears are really cold, okay? Because that is important, the little ears. And that'll cool them off as well, if it's just the bottom. And then you can slowly, gently make them wet all over. And then you got to make sure that they're not going to get too cold. That's also a problem. Anyway, once you've done that, that is all you can do at home, okay? Once you've come to that point, you have to then go to the vet. You have to get in as an emergency, because you cannot wait on this. Guinea pigs that have heat stroke will not eat either. They will not eat. You can try, you know, feed them. They're not going to eat. Don't try and syringe feed them at that point, because they might not want to swallow it. Just wait until they get over the hump, okay? Don't try and syringe feed them. You have to get to your vet. Once you get to your vet, the vet will more than likely administer subcutaneous fluids, which is literally fluids that go, there's a little needle and it goes underneath the skin right here, and they'll just, from a big bag, because they got to replace all the fluid that the guinea pig lost with all the drooling. The drooling, there's so much water that comes out. So that is really important, that the fluid is administered immediately. Then the other thing is that we actually did last weekend that our vet used is an injection of dexamethasone, which is a steroid. Now the guinea pig last weekend, and you can see it actually in the live last week, he was doing really good after we've administered the sub-Q, the alcohol, the electrolyte. He was doing much better, perkier. But once he got that injection, that was like the lifesaver. He really was doing so, I couldn't believe how well he was doing, because you know, normally my experience has been, I mean, it's just always, it's you never know. It's a 50-50 chance. And after that injection, I was like, oh my goodness. So this is what you gotta ask for. Dexamethasone, and I'm gonna write it on the screen as well, because a lot of vets may not want to use it or may not be aware that this is a really good drug to use when a guinea pig is in the stage of heat stroke. So, and what does it do? It kind of stops all the kind of, you know, symptoms that are right, all the processes that are happening at the time, all the damage that is being done to the organs because of the heat stroke, and it's an anti-inflammatory, so it kind of stops all the damage that is being done and makes the guinea pig feel immediately better. So important, dexamethasone injection. It's a steroid. So there. Now, at home, how do you keep them cool as well? So tiles. Just tiles like these, any natural stone tile that you can pick up, any type, whatever, doesn't matter. They will love to lie on it. If it's stone, real stone is always feels cold, feels really cold. So just any kind of slate, any kind of stone, use it, okay? Put it right there in the cage and you'll see him using it. You'll see him lying on it. If it's a super crazy hot day, you don't have air conditioning, make sure you have already pre-frozen water bottles, because we have a whole bunch of them just in case anything were to ever happen, even though we have backup generators for our swan coolers. But make sure you have, and we even have these, that, you know, a fridge is full of these. Make sure you have this, okay, to put there if it's a hot day. If it's a hot day, you don't have air conditioning. In Europe specifically, that is a bit of a problem. A lot of homes don't have air conditioning. So yes, you can put on a fan, but make sure that you don't have the window open where the hot air is coming in, and you have the fan right there bringing in the hot air directly onto the guinea pig. So you want to put them in a shaded area that is, you know, nowhere near where the window or the light is. Don't put them anywhere where the sunlight can reach them. Use your bottles, use your tiles, feed them lots and lots of foods that are rich in a lot of liquid, a lot of watery foods. That's really important. Yeah, that is, I guess that's it, you know. And again, this is important, so make sure you have a bunch. So if you got to go to work, just put 3 of these in there and use the big ones. Have 3 of these in the cage. By the time you come home, you replace them with others, with fresh ones that you have frozen as well. And do it fast, because this can sometimes take 2 or 3 days, the big ones, to really fully be frozen. All right. And I think that really covered it. Yeah, just feed lots of cucumbers and watermelon and those types of foods, okay? Because they need to get that liquid. I think I'm not forgetting anything. I think I was pretty good. Yeah. What do you think, Tallulah? Are you ready for something else to eat? You were a very good helper and companion. Yeah. She's so cute. She's so tame, this one. So thank you, everyone. I hope this helped. It will save your guinea pig's life to watch this video. So, and share this video. It's super important. A lot of people don't know, you know. So it's something you want to know before it happens, before you are faced with the emergency. So yeah, share. Let everybody know. Share this video on your groups, because everybody needs to know this information. Very, very important. And of course, like and subscribe. Everybody always says that, so I'm saying it too. Like and subscribe. Thank you.